You guys, pitchers and catchers here, you got the full squad tomorrow. I mean, just how's things going so far?
Been really impressed. Starts back early in the month, and actually all winter long, how many guys made the decision to be here most of the off season, and then get an early start in February to feel like we're kind of ahead. Feel like we got a good look at a number of these guys. It's always nice when you can get to games and you know that everybody's kind of gone off the mound enough and been able to work on some of the small things that we need to see. So exactly where you'd hope we'd be right now.
We had a chance to talk to Salvi a little bit in there. He says he's feeling pretty good. He's still not a year out from his surgery. What have you seen from him so far? And have you had to kind of hold him back at all? I mean, I know he's anxious and wants to get out there and do a lot.
No, he's been really smart, and we were able to go over and see Dr. Elatraj, who did the procedure, and kind of just let him be the voice to Salvi, and he and Salvi have been in great communication. He understands that there's some things that we want to minimize the work. It's not actually the workload as much as the amount of stress and the frequency of it. And so how can we work smarter to take some of that load off of that arm? And I think we've got a nice plan in place. And he's been able to do everything that you would want to see him do. I think he's even a little bit ahead as you kind of have that throwing progression. You push it pretty hard. And his arm looks great. We just want to try and monitor that workload.
You've dealt with pitchers your whole career as a manager or as a catcher who've had something like that. And it's pretty rare for a catcher or a position player to do it. Has it been a little bit different dealing with someone who's got a different job, I guess, and what they have to do with the elbow surgery?
Well, there's so much protocol now that you kind of have a pretty good idea. Even positionally, there have been enough catchers who've gone through this. Here's what's worked. It's been successful. Let's kind of follow that template. And certainly with the pitchers, you have the same thing, where they should be, what the measurements ought to look like, and there's just enough technology to kind of let us know that they're progressing where they should be. And Salvi has checked every box along the way, and exactly where he wants to be, and rewarded for all the effort that he and this training staff have put in.
Mike, you got it. Go ahead, Rob.
We talked to Woods earlier, and yesterday he said he was happy skipping in here, coming to work. Talk about the Rule 5 draft and how far it is really hit on a guy like they did Keller a couple of years ago.
I think we trust our scouts. We've got a talented group of people out there watching day in, day out, looking for little things. And there were certainly some things that we had seen in Steven's game that would lead you to believe that he could potentially help us out. So let's take a shot. And once again, Brad's always that good. Let's go back and not forget the guy who through opening day last year was a guy that we got in that Rule 5 draft. So is there something that we can do, something that we can see, and then give him an opportunity to come out and compete? This is a great, I don't know of a better place for a guy like a Stephen Woods Jr. to be than right here, right now, to come in here and show what he can do and see if he can find a spot on this club.
You've got an impressive group of young pitchers, and I know you're just getting started, but how do you divide your time up on taking a look at them? And, particularly that one draft class is probably they're not going to break this year, but how much time do you invest in them right now?
I'm all about pitching this time of year. I mean, we schedule everything out, make sure the position players are getting their time as well, and let the coaches run with what needs to be done there. And even with the drills, we're doing circuits where the guys are getting reps. But when the players hit the mounds, and these young guys are right in the middle of them, and I watch every single bullpen, try to watch every live. The lives I don't see out here, we'll watch inside on video, and paying just as much attention to them. But excited like everybody else. But there's a number of these players I haven't been able to see and put them into these competitive situations and watch how they respond. It's fun for me, and it's fun for them. They're showcasing it on the biggest stage available right now, and they're going to be showcasing against some of the best talent there is in the game. So it's a great opportunity, great growth chance, and just come in and shine and show what you can do.
To Todd's point about Salvi coming back from injury, is there a line that he really needs X amount of time? So we always talk about how long the pitchers need to get ready. Is there an amount of time he needs to be ready to go on opening day, where he's a full go for at least 4 weeks, 2 weeks? Is there some number that in your head that he needs to be the opening day guy and playing every day?
Well, right now everything's tracking towards him being ready for opening day. So, you're always cautious just to make sure nothing happens. But it could happen with any guy out here, whether they've just had a procedure or not. Just we're aware, and want to keep him moving on that track. But he and Mondesi both, who we haven't even brought up here. He's going to go see his surgeon also here real soon, just to make sure that things are progressing the way that they should. But Salvi's progressing. You go watch him. He's doing everything everybody else is doing. I mean, he's throwing, he's blocking, he's receiving. We're just going to monitor the volume. And the volume might not necessarily, once again, it doesn't necessarily mean innings caught. It means how do we take care of maybe some of the extra work, some of the extra throwing, maybe some of the bullpen work where it's volume of throws more so than volume of innings. Because I know this guy, what motivates him is to be out there. And so we'll listen to what the medical team has to say and figure out how to navigate through that to get this guy on the field as often as we can, as soon as we can. But they'll also help us out. They'll help us know that.
And I apologize if you've covered this, but being here the first day, talking to you, the whole Astros sign stealing, as a guy who's been in the game, right, been around it, you have just an overall thought and reaction to everything that's going on now, all the back and forth and the comments, and I guess Carlos Correa is going to talk again today, and so do you have any reaction?
I'm glad it's not happening here. Not happy for the game. It's just a black eye that the game doesn't necessarily need right now. I believe and I know that the commissioner is all over this and is putting a lot of time and resources in to get to the bottom of it to figure out how it doesn't happen again. And so our job in here is to continue just to try and do the right thing, continue to understand that things can happen quick if you're not staying on top of them. And what do we need to do to make sure we're representing the game in the right way? Are we building? Are we ambassadors for the game and for the Royals brand? I think that's our focus, and then learn from what's happened in the past.